Hi everyone. Today I'm going to work on putting together some of these snowmen. It's kind of big for, I don't know if you can really see him all that good, but this is what we're going to be doing today. I already have everything all prepped and ready to assemble. I'm going to kind of show you what I did with the tag real quick, so that when we get to that step, you'll kind of know what I did. Otherwise, I'll just explain everything as I've gotten to it. So what I did was I cut myself a little tag, and then I wrote the word Frosty on him. So we'll go ahead and do that. Give him a little bit of jazzing up. Okay. And once I finished that step, then I took and give it a little bit of distressing and grunge to it. I started with the edges, and I'm just using the Ranger Distress Oxide in Gathered Twigs is the color. And then I go a little lighter in the center, and then I kind of rough up the edges somewhat. This is what the final look gets to be. You can see where I've gotten some distressed edges on there. So what I would do is go through and kind of just use my nail and kind of give it that distressed edging to it, even tearing it somewhat. There we go. And I go back through with some more ink and kind of grunge up where I give it the distressed edges. Okay, so that's pretty much what I did for the tags. All right, so we're going to put that aside, put the other tag aside with the others. Okay, so I have my hot glue gun on, and I have cut 3 pieces of 2x4s, and so you know they're not true 2x4 size, so they actually are just a wee over 3 1/4. Not a true 2x4, but it's what we're using. So my bottom piece is 5 inches. Just about 5 inches, 5 1/4, and I'm gonna find that the side that I want up. So I've chosen that side, and my next piece is going to be 4 inches. So I would put that one on top, and then my final, the head piece, is going to go up and down. It's not gonna go this direction. It's going to go this direction. And this piece that I have here is a little bit rough, but it's fine. It's going to be fine for the head. So I'm going to kind of look at it and pick out which way I want faced out. So I think I got it figured out here. So what I'm going to do before I do any gluing is I'm going to take my ink again, and I'm going to go around the edges. Give those edges some distressing. So I hope everyone is having a good day. We have some beautiful sunny weather where I'm at. However, the weekend is supposed to be getting colder. I'm really not looking forward to this winter stuff, but it's kind of how it goes, right? That 70-degree mark is kind of a really nice temperature. So this is one of those processes where you don't really have to think too hard on, you just have to do it. And yeah, you could leave it just plain white if you don't like the distressed look on him. I just happen to like that. Okay, that's obviously going to be glued down so we don't have to do the bottom. And then we're going to do the head. I like to make sure the corners look a little rounded so it's not like so squared off, if that makes sense to you. Okay. I don't need to do either the top nor the bottom because both will be glued on. And if you have any questions, feel free at any time to message me and ask. Okay, so we've got this guy completely done. Now, if you noticed on our prototype, the front of him has design. So what I did was I used some scrapbook paper and I cut it in strips, just slightly smaller than the front, and I glued that on. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and distress the edges of these strips too. Just to give it a little bit more interest, but you don't have to do this step if you don't want to. If you like him just the way he is. You can also distress in the smoky gray color. You can distress in a blue, if you like that color. Reds, greens, you know, all the Christmas colors. Okay, so we have those two pieces done. And I'm going to grab some tacky glue. I'm just using Aleene's because it's what's right next to me. And we're going to start with the first one. Make sure that, you know, I'm going to cut it down just a wee bit because I think it's a little bit too wide. Distressing. Okay. Do this again. we'll put that off to the side to dry the glue just a little bit, and same with this one. And yeah, it's good size. Oops. I don't know if anyone else uses their finger tool, but I sure seem to use mine a lot. Okay, we'll put this one off to the side as well for just a sec. Okay, while I get the glue off my fingers. And the excess ink, of course. Okay. Oh, I do need that lid off. All right, so the next step is to take these two pieces and we're gonna get them all glued up together. I want to put both glue. I want to put the tacky glue and the hot glue. The hot glue is for an instant hold and the tacky is for a more permanent hold. Okay, get them evened up. Put some firm pressure on there to make sure that they are good. Looks even. And we're going to do the same with the head. So once you get all the pieces prepped for this, it is really easy to put it together. Now these are actually going to a show that I'm going to be doing. But if you're making them for like teachers' gifts or a friend gift or anything like that. Okay. All right, so this is what we have so far. Okay. Push the rest of these out of the way a little bit because we don't need those right yet. All right. So now we're going to put his hat on. So I have two pieces of, they are 1.5 by 5 inches. Okay, both of them are 1.5 by 5 inches. I painted them black and then I distressed the edges. I just sanded the edges a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue on each piece onto the head, but the top part is gonna go back just slightly. It's not gonna be right in the center. And that's to make room for our little things that we're putting on him. So I think this, okay. Got it even on both sides and even this direction. And I know this is getting really tall for the camera and I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the next part is going to be glued on top. And when I get that glued, then I'll show you where we're at. So I'm going to put on the tacky glue. Okay. A little bit of hot glue. And just back a little bit. Okay. Got it centered. A little bit of pressure. Okay. So here he is built, top to bottom. And now we get to add the little extras. Okay, so we'll start at his scarf. And I've just chosen a variety of strips of fabric. So I believe it was 20 inches. Let me see here. His scarf, yep, 20.5 inches by 1.5. And I just tore the fabric. So I'm gonna go around on him. There we go. Fiddle with his scarf a little bit. Make sure I have it where I want it. Okay. I think I like the looks of that. So I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue in there to kind of hold it. Maybe a little on the back. I see I have a little bit of glue coming out the back side here, so we're just going to kind of wipe him. Okay. All right, so we have it tacked on both the front and the back. Kind of, yeah, that's good. That's good there. Now, you could, if you want to, fray the bottom, give them like so. Give them that scarf look. And just kind of crunch it up somewhat. All very technical terms that I use here. Okay. So then we're going to take a piece of this bow that I made here, and I used just a torn piece of muslin. I don't, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I put 5 loops on each side. I just created a small little bow out of the muslin. And then I have a vintage black button. So I'm just going to stick the black button on. And then we're going to put some glue on the bow. And we're just going to kind of stick it down here in the corner. I'll hold it for a bit so it has a good catch there. There we go. Okay, give it a little fluffing, and then this is where your tag's gonna go, right in through there. Okay, so we'll put a little bit of hot glue there. Okay, got that one. I think it caught pretty decently. Grab another glue stick, stick in there. Okay, so then I grab a, you know, any kind of pine greenery is going to work fine for this. And I want to stick it underneath here. Stick this up just a little bit. Yeah, I think right there. Give it quite a bit of some of the hot glue. Okay. There we go. All right, and now his face. I didn't like the way his nose was a little bit too low on that last one, I think. But I put it on before I did anything else. Yeah, so I want it just a wee bit higher. Get some hot glue on there. There we go. Okay. And then for his eyes, I took the end of a paintbrush and dipped it into, there might be enough paint in there. And I just kind of gave him an oval eye. This one's kind of a little difficult because of the roughness of the wood, but the other one was a lot smoother. Okay, now. He's a little rougher. And then I just took the black Sharpie, gave him a little attitude. Okay, and then once that black dries, I'll go in with a white and just kind of give the eyes a little dot. And we'll let that black dry just a little bit there. And our next step then is to take our twine that we made a little bow out of. I think there's 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's 10 loops on each side, and I just tied it off with the twine itself. And I have another piece of the greenery. So I stuck the greenery on the hat. Bring it down a little bit, see if that can be seen. Okay, there we go. And then the bow on top of it, or the twine. Just kind of hold it there for a bit. There we go. And then I stuck a bell on. Oh, it's not holding yet. All right, there we go. And then we also have 2 bells down on his body for his buttons, I guess. And I could have used buttons. You can use buttons if you want. I happen to have the bells and I really like the looks of them, so I like the rusty bells. So we got a couple on the bottom. There you go, if you can see those. Okay. All right. So our last step is to put the snow on. And I'm just using some modeling paste. Let's see if you can see that from, I just got it at Hobby Lobby. and I just happened to use this because I could not find my my Snow Tex. So I thought, well, I'll just use this, and it actually worked really good. So I'm gonna grab a paintbrush quick. Okay, we'll see here. And then I just kind of highlighted different areas on him to kind of give it that snowy appearance. And just take your time and dab it, give it some peaks on that stuff. There we go. Make some thicker, some thinner. I kind of covered his whole entire hat. I hope I'm in, yeah, okay. Okay, get some on the, a little bit on the greenery here. Okay. Just wherever you kind of are feeling it. There's no right way or wrong way. Okay, we'll get a little bit on the tips of his nose. Okay. Corners of the bottom two. And then if you wanted to, you could go through and sprinkle this with some glitter. That would be really pretty on there. Sorry if I get out of frame. I get concentrating and I forget. Okay. And then just a little, get a little bit on the tag itself. All right, I think I got think I got everything here. I might want to put a little bit on the scarf. You know, you can do whatever you want as far as that goes. Just kind of make it your own. So the only thing that would be left, yeah, I think that black is dry enough that I can get some white on there. And to paint these, honestly, I just used some Waverly. Use what you have. Okay, I'm just going to use the end of this one. Okay. And there we have our snowman. Once you have all the pieces prepped and ready to go, they go together really quickly, actually. They're kind of a fun little, you can customize his name with, you know, or the tag with anything you want. You put snow days. Frosty is kind of the go-to, it seems like. But there's a lot of different words, of course, that you can put on the tag, or you can put even the recipient's, if you're going to give it away, you can put the recipient's name on it. So there we have him, completed and ready to go. So again, if you have any questions, just give me a holler and I'll try to answer if I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.